Good evening. This is Josh Castle, the Dungeon Master. Welcome to our game as we adventure into the land of Mallarend, or the normal races of D&D if not tread for generations, a place of mysterious origin, inhabited by a beast folk, who are as varied and numerous as the animals they resemble. This story is about a group of these people. We join them as they find their path in the chaos of war, as predators collide for survival and conquest. Will our heroes become another meal or casualties of war, or will they answer the call of the Beastlands? Remember to follow us on social media and Discord, as well as YouTube. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Rift opens up, devouring their bodies, destroying the tightrope, and splintering the poles that they were connected to. And a large, winged, scythe-wielding demon steps forth. Need to place this token. Boom! Dos, rakdos, rakdos! He steps onto the field and he says, "My minion! Now this is a party!" And the blood from the middle of the pit starts flowing up and invigorating his body. And he swings his scythe in a wide motion, and everyone in the room, shit, I keep opening up the wrong thing. I know, I interrupt my own monologue to look something up. It sucks.
Everyone in the room, shit.
Oh God, horrible bowel.
I'm making a poop!
My poop made a poop.
Am I supposed to respond to the skinless demon?
No, rather than turning his attention towards the crowd, though, he turns his gaze upon his own carnival, and he says, "Your offering pleases me." And he takes several steps towards the priestess, and his scythe licks out. And she does not seem to resist this in any way, as he cuts her cleanly in half, like a farmer through wheat. The members of the crowd closest to him erupt into violence and start attacking each other. The mosh pit and the music increases at an alarming rate. There's now almost more dead than there is alive. Let's see, the Hydra fucks up another one of these dagger throwers. The clown on the cage is yelling at the top of his lungs, "Rakdos, Rakdos, Rakdos!" And these other carnival workers start moving towards their lord and master at a fast pace. Even the ones that are currently butchering the crowd start moving towards the center of the ring. The fire thrower who is on that pillar moves into the ring with open arms. You can't quite hear what's being said from his measly human voice from this distance, but looks like a supplication, as if greeting his god. See, top of the round, layer actions, several blades erupt. And Todier and Dirk, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
21.
Yeah, you're going to take half damage, 5 each, from the blades and chains that erupt into existence around you. It is friendly turn. We're going to take our last break of the night and do a little bit more, and then we're going to call it. I wanted to get through it, but it's honestly turning into a much longer session than normal. So, however, I mean, I wanted to do it because we're so close to the end, honestly. It doesn't look like it, but we are.
You say we killed the demon.
Sure.
He's like, yeah, okay.
I'll distract it and you all blow him away.
Do you not know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, it's something we're not going to be able to kill. So
We
No.
have 9 lives.
Wait,
We have 9
let-
lives.
Let's do a summary real quick.
We have 9 lives.
No. So, I had a catfolk in my last campaign who's the leader of his clan. He was actually granted 9 lives.
I have 9 lives.
he
How
lost
many, of those,
like
how many
5.
of those did I use? Yeah, 5 of them.
Like 5 of
I have
them.
you.
We still had like 4 lives left.
There was one in the beginning with
Yeah.
that
Alright.
weird whatever.
Yeah, I never felt bad about killing Tage. Not once.
I tried my damned hardest to stay alive.
Yeah, sometimes death just comes so quick.
It did. It really did.
All right, but a brief summary. What happens next is a story of blood and carnage. Our heroes fighting to stay alive as the carnival workers are completely distracted. Only the blood-frayed giants seemingly not as affected. Everyone starts moving towards Rakdos as he culls them with his giant scythe. Creatures that stray too close find themselves completely enchanted by his presence, fighting to the death for his amusement as his glorious grin grows wider and wider. Every creature that dies within 60 feet of this great demonic being, feeding him life force. Even the Hydra eventually succumbing to his madness and death. However, while you guys are busy fending off the giant, and the crowd grows thinner and thinner, it reaches a minimal mass, and Rakdos grows still, and he says, "Thank you, my children, for coming to the Rakdos Carnival. Come again soon. Nowhere else on the multiverse will you find such a glorious bloodbath. No refunds." And then he disappears into a bloody rift. The heads of all of his minions in this carnival promptly explode, leaving nothing but a bunch of gore-covered civilians and our party. Very few of the guards who came in to check on the situation survived, and only about a third of the population of this tent is still standing. So, how's the carnival?
I say we go after him.
What?
I say we go after him.
How do you do that?
Well, with my astral projection, I'll enter the shadow realm and then I'll follow him, obviously.
Why didn't I think of that?
Interesting.
So
Someone's
I would like
I
to
don't know.
kneel and light incense and then go and start checking bodies to see if any of the fallen ones are still alive, and while I'm doing that, collecting things off of their bodies.
Alright. You're just gonna run damage control, basically,
Yeah, exactly.
and loot.
Yeah, the loot's
I
kind of
loot.
fun of it.
I loot.
Cool. So yeah, I guess the final portion of our night, I'll be generating loot, which, there won't be any real magical items here. There will be plenty of money.
Well, I'm looking at the bright side here. I saved the whole militia group from entering the fray and dying as well. So
Yes.
I feel pretty high about myself at the moment. So
Plus, I don't want you to feel like it's a complete loss, because, let's be honest here, you distracted a lot of enemies from just doing plain carnage on these creatures. The giants alone, after you started engaging in attacks, could have done more if they weren't so dead set on quelling your little uprising.
Yeah, we saved a third of them instead of all of them dying. A third of them get to live.
Right? It's the Thanos theory. Like, sure, half your population is gone, but on the bright side, half your population is here.
So, after all this takes place, do we hear a voice in the distance? Congratulations, Red Challenger! You are victorious! Now go rest. You've earned it.
You hear, Blue Possum needs food.
No, that's a different voice.
Yeah. I would not call this a victory, more like a survival. You
I
survived.
got popcorn on a deal. I got popcorn. It was good.
In the background, we all just hear.
what the heck was that?
That is terrifying.
I'm working on my evil laugh for this.
Okay, so you just went digital when you did that?
That was scarier than the demon.
Mystery number appeared.
Alright, cool. Do you have your Dungeon Master's Guide handy? Because I do not.
I am also here ready to take notes.
Excellent.
I've got mine.
Last session, I was a little distracted.
Alright, so, the tent starts to morph and shift as you guys are starting to go through bodies. And it acts as though it is a giant mouth that is spitting you out. And the ground rolls and starts pushing you towards the entrance, and a red carpet spits you out like it was a tongue. And you end up in a pile of bloody bodies and corpses. The rest of the survivors start moving towards the exit with great haste, several of them stopping to commend you on your bravery. However, those of you that are going through corpses find a number of things. I'm not going to go into like great detail with the jewelry, but you do find 5,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry on the corpses. You also find several uh, gem bags, and the gems are going to amount to roughly 7,500 in gems. There's also a large pile of um, somewhat damaged city guard armor and weaponry from them, including some two-handed hammers and axes to a few like warhammers and shields, and many mundane items. Almost all just covered in blood.
Any arrows?
Um, you didn't see any archers besides you guys, and the arrows that you expended would be hard pressed to be found.
What about throwing daggers?
Yeah, actually, you would find several of those. There's a couple of the knife jugglers' corpses that are strewn about. You could fill up on daggers if you like.
Yeah, I want to fill my best.
Cool. You can hold 12 daggers on your harness, so you can consider that full.
And then I want to put 12 more in the bag of holding. If
Very
there's
well.
12 more.
No, I'll allow it. There were 4 knife throwers. Even if you didn't find all of them, that's like 24 daggers.
Okay.
So that's a lot of daggers. You guys are left with a sense of shock, like you just went through D-Day. You know, this I don't know what kind of a character would consider this a win, but at least you have your lives. This kind of horror show is new to all of you. None of you have a sense of comparison, and the demon, the large winged scythe-wielding demon, was easily the most terrifying creature than any of you have ever met. You struggle
Well,
to
we
find.
both of them at the same time, so I guess so.
Yeah. You struggle to find meaning in what happened. Some purpose. Why were they here? What were they doing? Why? But you're left with empty air and unanswered questions. You see the sun start to rise, and you realize that this misadventure has taken much more time than you believed, and it is now early morning. When we pick up next time, what?
Really quickly, I was trying to let you monologue, but I was wondering if we could try and harvest anything from the Hydra body, or if it had been
Well,
completely decimated or destroyed.
I'm glad I'm not the only one thinking that.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you because.
Yeah, no, we could do that. Thank you for letting me finish. Let's see. Let me pull up hands.
By the way, the items we got was just 5,000 gold in jewelry and 7,500 in assorted gems, a large pile of city guard weapons, and a few mundane items, right?
I mean, many mundane items. Just whatever was being carried by the people that was here. You can use your imagination to a certain extent, but keep in mind that everything is just gory as shit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Hammonds, let me see if I can cycle through this for a Hydra.
It wasn't Polly that could, who was it that could summon the harvester table?
What?
I swear somebody could summon a harvester or something.
Oh, the harvester's kit because it's a toolkit. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of G's. Okay. Ag. H. Harpy. Hydra. Someone needs to appraise it. This is a monstrosity. Page 67.
Dirk, Dirtle, do you guys want to attempt to do that with guidance?
I have a 6 medicine. I don't know what we're supposed to roll for this, though.
I'm actually looking it up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is considered a monstrosity. We're going off of nature for this one. Or wait, Hydra's considered monstrosities? Or fucking dragon?
I don't think they would be a beast.
I mean, no, I don't think they'd be a beast either. Hold on. I got the stat block still pulled up. It is a monstrosity. Yeah, so nature.
I got a 5 nature.
Go ahead and appraise it for me, Jacob. Or,
But
With
I'm seeing if
guidance.
somebody has a better one.
yeah, add 1d4 as he is guiding you.
Mm-hmm. Whoever's doing it. I have a 0 in nature, so definitely not me.
I've got a 4.
Yeah, probably let Todia do it then.
And that was add a d4 or d6?
Yep, a d4.
Nice.
17.
Alright. Pretty good. So there are several pieces of this creature that you think you might be able to salvage. If you think that the scales have a price, the blood, if you can manage to harvest a good amount of the blood, and the Hydra teeth and the heart all have value and possible uses magically. Go ahead and give me a Oh my god. I gotta remember how this thing works. It's been a couple weeks since we did this. Okay, so it's gonna be nature plus your dexterity modifier.
So who has the highest nature and dex?
I have 5 of each.
Sounds like you're probably harvesting too then.
So
Go ahead and give me that.
So 19 again.
I assume you're still guiding?
4. Yeah, I'm guiding.
Oh, plus
21. That is enough to get everything that I listed to you.
we had
Um,
empty vials for the blood.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good question. Do you have empty vials for the blood?
I believe I bought special ones. I have 3 indestructible and 10 normal.
You do not need the indestructible ones for it, luckily. But you have 7 vials of Hydra blood.
Okay, let me add that.
You have a large bag of Hydra scales. 30 Hydra teeth. Dirk and Dirtle, you are particularly interested in this. As rangers, you would know that they are well sought after as arrowheads and spearheads. And finally, you get a Hydra heart piece.
Just a piece.
Just a piece. This is important. I don't want to spend too much time going into it, but it's better now than at the beginning of the next session. The Hydra scales have a long history as art materials in coastal societies. They also are known for shedding many of them throughout their lifetime. They're durable and a unique hue, and they lend an intimidating aesthetic that many tailors would be eager to get their hands on. The scales are worth 15 gold pieces.
Each or?
The bag.
Okay.
The Hydra blood is well known for its regenerative abilities. It is one of many potential catalysts when brewing healing potions. It is good for making potions of superior healing. The teeth are, like I said, well sought after for arrows and spearheads. They can be used to make +2 arrows. Is someone snoring?
I don't think they would answer
I
if
don't
they
know. I
were.
heard that.
Huh. Anyway, the Hydra heart piece is probably the most interesting and useful part of this Hydra that you managed to collect. This is an organ capable of scaling up blood circulation regardless of how many heads its body grows. The heart of a hydra is brimming with magical potential. In fact, the heart of a hydra is so powerful that consuming one can even regrow lost limbs. It takes 10 minutes to consume enough hydra heart to have an effect. Once consumed, you regain all hit points as well as regrow any missing body parts. If a body part is regrown this way, you feel an intense feeling of hunger and suffer one level of exhaustion until you consume at least 5 pounds of food. The Hydra heart must be consumed within 24 hours upon the death of the Hydra, otherwise it gives no effect. Alright, so with that in mind, we're going to call it. I think that Dirk is probably asleep anyway.
I believe so too.
That's possible.
Oh, man. Alright, thank you. Huh?
I'm not asleep.
Oh, someone was snoring.
It's definitely you.
Anyway, thank you all for coming. Thank you for enjoying a late game with me. I know that you on the East Coast are enjoying like 2 o'clock in the morning type of time frame.
Wonderful times.
Yes.
Follow us on all major social media, Discord, Twitch, and as always, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week.